Come on, you Reds.
Hey guys, what's going on? We are back here for another fan opinion. To my left, I've got the one and only Mark.
Yeah, thank God. I'm the only one, yeah. All right. Morning, Dan. How's it going?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
Well, it's Millwall away on Saturday, especially after that win against Arsenal last Sunday, which I think we should be going to Millwall full of confidence.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, the moaning minis were out, weren't they, last week? Sort of like, oh, we've lost 2 games. What's going on? It's the end. But, you know, we're going to lose a third one, then it could be a fourth. And it's like, well, no, we're a proper football team now. I thought we played brilliantly on Sunday. You know, took them on head on, sort of thing. And, you know, it was a masterclass, really. He did exactly the way to beat a team like that when, you know, you're the sort of lower league team. And they were brave. They matched them up. They got found out a few times. No chances really either end, was there? Hardly anything. And then we sort of squeezed the game and got a brilliant goal out of, you know, well, not nothing, because we'd kind of, you know, started to make a bit more of an effort to create some chances. So I thought it was an absolutely brilliant performance, and the new signings were really, really encouraging.
I mean, for Arsenal not to have a shot on target all game, it's like that how good we were defensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Cook looked like he'd, you know, been with us for the last 10 years instead of Bournemouth. Hardly noticed him, but when you did, he was very, very good, very calm, exactly what you wanted. It made you believe more that Cooper's really knows what he's doing and is getting exactly the right kind of players to complement what he's got, rather than just sort of, I don't know, just picking random players by numbers sort of thing. So I can only imagine when we get our new left back, well, full-back, left-back, whatever, but we either get Low-back, Cole-back restored to centre midfield, we're going to be very, very hard to score against, aren't we?
Very. I mean, Cole-back did really well against Saka on Sunday, and I mean, can't wait for Cole-back to go centre midfield, but I'd like to compliment him after last week.
Yeah, it's probably, I don't know, near enough the least glamorous position in the team, isn't it? You know, Paul Blighter's played there for quite a large part of this season now. He's been desperate to get back to his normal role, no doubt. But yeah, he did a brilliant job, really. He just used his experience, and it's not bad, is it? Sort of showing up, sort of the young England star, kept him quiet as you could ever imagine, really. But everyone played well. I thought that was the brilliant thing, really. I thought they all played well. Spence was obviously awful, as you know, we want to tell the world how bad he is, and no one should be interested in him and stuff. But yeah, he was unbelievable, and well, I thought everyone put in a shift. Again, a few of them kind of got found out now and again, because obviously you're against some very, very good players who can do, you know, things that they, you know, probably could never do, some of them. But they all came good in the end. They knuckled down and they got the result. But yeah, like you say, when we get Colback back in the centre midfield as well, and those 3 centre halves, proper fullbacks that can attack, no one's going to score many goals against us. We're going to become really, really hard to beat, and it's just about scoring a few more.
Yeah, I mean, it was that funny that Arsenal had to make that sub early on in the first half.
Yeah.
I don't think how good we were.
Yeah. No, he wasn't happy with that, was he? That was pretty embarrassing. But he needed to do it. But Tierney didn't do a whole lot kind of better. It wasn't like, well, that's fixed that. We you know, they all did well. They all chipped in, didn't they, really? And Davis up front. Yeah, it was just, Samba could have taken the afternoon off. Tactical mistake there. We could have had an extra player and not bothered with the goalkeeper. But no, they all played well, and I thought Davis was a real handful at the beginning. And I expect it was a kind of plan, you know, run your socks off and you'll come off. Yeah, not early, but sort of 60 minutes or whatever it was, as usual. But he looked a handful. He probably won't score many goals, but it was an interesting option, wasn't it? And we've kind of lacked that. Although he didn't look massive, but you need a kind of target man, and he was definitely that.
It'd be useful for Saturday against Millwall. I mean,
yeah,
We came in at the right time, to be fair, because Millwall won't be anything different from being that. Yeah, they might play football, but physical, they'll be very
direct.
Yeah.
Aerial. Things that you probably Google those things and it just comes up with Millwall sort of thing, like the Battle of Britain and Millwall or something like that. No, so Saturday's going to be interesting. And like you say, he might be a good addition, and actually likewise Cook, really, because again, we haven't had problems at the back, but for those three, they should be capable of standing up to the bombardment that they'll no doubt face.
Yeah, I do agree with that, to be fair. Obviously, as we said earlier, the Cook looked like been here 10 years. Davis looked, we got that fullback from Toronto, so, and it could be, obviously, as I was saying earlier, it could be the Jed Wallace derby.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, because even if we sign him this afternoon, I don't think he's going to be playing on Saturday, though, whatever happens. But they won't allow that, or they'll delay it until after that. But yeah, he would be another good signing, obviously. And my spies in Toronto say Levea's a really good geezer, but also sick is the thing I've been told. My daughter lives over there, so I know a few people who know a few people, and he's very well liked anyway, and is respected as a footballer as well. So I think he'll be a good asset for us. And the fact he can play both right and left back, and he's an attacking player, it's ideal. If he can stay fit and offer us an attacking option on either side when we get suspensions and all this, Colback's probably having to pay half his wages so he can get back to his position and doesn't have to play left back anymore.
Probably put him up for a few months.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's going to look after him, avoid him getting any fights or any tackles or anything. Yeah. So, it's looking good. Already if the transfer window closed tomorrow, we've done pretty well, haven't we? I feel. Obviously, you've always got that feeling someone could be snatched from under your nose at the last minute when someone gets their checkbook out. But fingers crossed, we won't let anyone go at this point, and we'll, do what we need to do to cement a place in the top 6 anyway. And we'll have an interesting end of the season in that case.
Yeah, I mean, we got game in hand on 6 points, so obviously we could claw that back quite easy.
We just got to keep winning. I think we've got to be kind of patient. And again, in the bigger scheme of things, we've got to be patient and not go for bust this season and just think, well, this is it. I mean, however well we do this season, we should be thinking, well, we'll do better next season. It's easy to sort of, it's not as simple as that. But you'd like to think we can do well next season, whatever happens. And this season's kind of almost like a bonus. But people have got to kind of just relax about it all, I feel, and just enjoy it for what it is. And we should get in the playoffs. We might not, but we should. And if we do, it'll be a brilliant achievement for Cooper and Cook. And, we'll be well set up for next season, even if we don't get through them. But we're due to get through the playoffs. So if we get in them, there's no reason why we shouldn't get promoted.
Definitely. I mean, we are due for it.
Well, it would be amazing to have had your worst start in 100 years and get promoted, wouldn't it? It's just that would be a record no one's going to beat. It's probably more amazing than the European Cups almost.
Definitely. It'd probably be up there, if not probably just below it.
Yeah, no, it's a funny game though, isn't it? That's the kind of stupid things that can happen. It's only now you really seriously say, well, okay, yeah, we're in there with a shout. It's in our hands more than anything, isn't it? Really. Yeah. So Saturday will be kind of important because regardless, we have lost 2 in the league. Shouldn't have lost the second one at all. You don't want to lose another one, else it will be become a bit of a run. So it's an important one to get a result. I don't know. What do you think? You think we're going to get one?
I can't see why not, to be fair. I know it's Millwall and we've got a couple of draws there, but I mean, anything can happen for us. I mean, the results that we had this season, it's anything can happen, especially with people being in charge and the players we got now. I mean, you probably do think back again, oh yeah, we can get something out of it.
Well, they're going to be confident, aren't they? They're going to be desperate to get back out on the pitch and pick up where they left off. So, yeah, I think you have to be confident we're not going to get beaten, kind of thing. I think a draw, you feel like you've got a draw in your hands to start with, and it's just a question of whether we can get a little bit lucky and win the game. But it's 50-50 for me. I think it's a draw, or we're going to win it by the odd goal. But we're well placed now, and especially if what's he called, Max Lowe? Well, I suppose if we get a new left back in, whether it's Lorraine or Max Lowe, I think that'll be a big boost as well, and it'll be an interesting decision for Cooper as well with the midfielders, because I think you could imagine they leave Colback out, but because the others have done well in his absence, really. They've had a few little blips. But for me, he has to come back just out of almost fairness for being so selfish for the team, apart from anything else. And then it's a tough decision who plays with him, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing, that we have got Lowe coming back. I mean, we can't forget about him to see how well Colback done and the new left back, but we have got Max Lowe coming back as well. And with the new fullback that can play right back, left back.
Yeah.
And with Dagger being at AFCON, I mean, it's a nice little thing to have. And with Finn back that can play right back, I mean, we're not short options anyway.
No, it helps having a decent player that can play both sides. All of a sudden you're covered, aren't you, instead of having nothing. Yeah, it would be ironic, wouldn't it, if they say, oh no, Colback's the best at left back. Yeah. He ends up becoming a blinking left back, so he doesn't have to make a decision about the midfielders. But for me, I think you need the experience in midfield, regardless of anything else. I thought Yates played really well against Arsenal. He had his moments, because... Well, he did, especially in the first half. He was under a lot of pressure and hanging on by his fingernails kind of thing. But I thought in the second half, he's brilliant. And the cross was out of this world. So, it was his goal as much as Graben's, really. So, Garner, I think, has been playing a lot better. He's getting back to something like his best. So,
I think that goal against Peterborough seemed to have done his confidence the world of good.
Yeah.
He went through that patch where he was just like, weren't hitting it, but since he scored that goal, he's just been like back at it.
No, but they all played last game. Really, they all played well. You can't really say much. You can't really talk about any of them. They all played well, and that's all you can say about all of them, really. Yeah. And luckily, that's the way it's going. We still need to get the forwards to click a little bit. If you actually, the effort. Yeah, it looks good, but the actual attainment, the goals or the crosses, was just not enough that are working at the moment. I just think they're overthinking it. I think when they score a couple of fluky goals or something like this, it will all start coming easier, and the sooner the better, really.
The good thing as well, I mean, what would you do with Saturday, especially would you play both Graben and Davis, and then he would just play in that number 10 role?
It's interesting, isn't it? Well, we don't know exactly what the options are going to be. I mean, I would imagine you're going to bring in a left back, and then you're going to have to make the choice in midfield. And I personally would rest Garner and say, well done, you're unlucky. And I would play with Davis up front and bring Graben on, because I think, then you can control the game and make positive substitutions. And if we're chasing the game, you could even take off a centre half like Coops likes doing, and you've got a number of cards. Then you've not only got Graben, but you'll have Garner and some other players on the bench, like Hayder and things like that. So for once, we'll have a few options off the bench.
Yeah, definitely. What the scoreline do you think be on Saturday?
Saturday, yeah. Well, ask me Sunday and I'll tell you. And well, let's go for 2-1. Let's go for 2-1. We won't concede more than one goal, I don't think. let's say they score one, because they always seem to, one way or another, by hook or by crook. And let's say we nick it 2-1. I mean, you know, like I say, it could easily be 1-1, 0-0. It's going to be a tight game. It's going to be a battle. And let's hope we get the odd goal in our favour. What do you think?
I agree to be fair. We are back to 2-1.
Well, these days you fancy us to score a goal or two, but not let many in. So invariably, you're always going to say 1-0, 2-1, aren't you? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, we're not scoring as many as we could do. So you know, it starts talking about 3s and 4s. You're going into a bit of fantasy land. So you kind of forced to say 2-1 or 1-0 or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. So I'd like to say thank you for Matt for coming on.
Thanks very much, Dan. Let's just hope we're right about it.
Yeah, definitely. Fingers crossed.
All right,
So,
take care.
Thank you for watching, guys, and goodbye.